Hello, my name is Uncle Menu, and this is the Restaurant Booming Firm where we assist a lot of restaurant businesses of all kinds, all brands, all capacity, sizes, and most importantly, all concepts. All concepts to succeed. Location does not grow a restaurant. I know it may sound weird, what this is all about again, location, restaurant. But I'm telling you, location does not grow a restaurant. Emotions actually do. I know it has been always about location and location and location. Any moment you talk about citing a restaurant, and that is why it may sound somehow saying location does not grow a restaurant. But I would want you to please stick to the end of this video. You understand what this does, not just to your restaurant, but to your customers. Of course, if it does something to your restaurant and does something to your customers, of course, it has eventually done something very serious to your entire business. But before we dive into that, I would want to say this at this point. I know this may be the beginning of that year you want to boom your restaurant. You want to attain to the goals you've set for the new year and for your business. And I will encourage you to keep track of all the very, very delicate information we will be pushing out for you on this channel. You're not paying for it. Please keep track of these delicate information because it is going to go a very, very long way in helping you achieve your dream for this year, and I can assure you of that. Now, back to the location and emotion issue as regards to your restaurant. It is something I want you to pay close attention to. A lot happened in a lot of restaurant businesses that we worked for through the year that just concluded, and I can tell you without mincing words that the restaurant industry is actually widening. It is widening in terms of number and growth. I mean, new people trooping in, the existing operators expanding their outlets. It is also widening in terms of technology. A lot of concepts now are being blended with other concepts too and integrated with a lot of technology. Operations are being automated. A lot is happening within the industry as regards technological inclusion. Then it's also widening in terms of concepts. A lot of new concepts are emerging in the market. And so it is an encouragement for you that you are in the right industry. Within the first quarter of the just concluded year, and the third quarter of the same concluded year, I can say that the firm RB worked on almost 9 projects, and these 9 restaurant projects belong to either the new individuals who are coming into the industry or the already existing restaurateurs who are expanding their outlets. Now, but this is what happened. Why new people are trooping into the restaurant space? A number of businesses actually failed in 2022. And some of them failed not because, of course, the issue and excuses are always on the economy, but most of the time your business, your restaurant isn't producing the kind of result you expect it to produce, or it has the capacity to produce because of some avoidable mistakes that you make as the person in the helm of the affairs. Now, we understand that some situations, of course, may be out of your control. But what about those ones that are within your control as the person managing the restaurant or the owner of the restaurant? How often have you been able to do them right? And in doing them right, do them consistently and innovatively, because the business just needs you to be consistent in doing what you should do that differentiates you from others. And I can tell you, as it stands now, the restaurant industry is fast changing, and it's not so much as so much first about location as much as it is about concept. Just take note of my word, concept. Now, the concept of every restaurant is what actually inspires the location. The concept of every restaurant is what actually inspires the location. Except, of course, except if you are in the middle of the sea or you operate in the middle of the desert. Every concept has a suitable location for it. It's just a matter of you identifying the proper concept first of all, and then the proper location that matches the concept, and then do your planning and do your execution properly. The business will definitely flow. Now, this is the spot where a lot of restaurant owners and managers get it wrong from the beginning. Now, your restaurant can revolve, or rather your concept, the concept of your restaurant can revolve around one particular idea. or can be a blend of two different concepts. It can revolve around just the fine dining restaurants. It can be fast food restaurants, it can be fast casual, it can even be a local restaurant that takes care of only the local dishes. It can still be an ethnic restaurant depending on your location and the type of audience you intend to serve. So it can be one, it can be a blend of two, or even more depending. If you are a one fast food restaurant that targets a particular audience, it should be very clear, and that should reflect in every single thing you do in your restaurant. But if you must succeed, if you must build a very successful restaurant this time with the way the industry is moving, you must be able to build a very strong emotion in your customers. And what that means is that you must have a very clear concept. Even if you're already operational, you should be able to sit back and have a very clear concept of operation. And the concept you are operating on should be able to decide, or should be able to inform every decision you take, right from the word go, right from naming your restaurant, down to the logo, down to the slogan of your brand, down to the kind of recipes, your cuisines, down to even to the uniforms that your employees, your waiters and the rest of them put on. It is the concept that determines how you go around this. Assuming you operate a little restaurant, or maybe your restaurant is located within a college or university area, then the concept again should be able to tally with the audience, and the concept informing your decision should be able to tell you, okay, fine, these are young people and I need to introduce maybe some of the ingredients I use, or the flavor I use should be flavor or ingredients that resonate with the young people. So it is the concept that informs even the location. It is the concept that informs even every other decision at all you make in your restaurant, and that is how you get a clear concept and instill the emotions in your audience. Now, just like it is not everybody or every individual who wants to invest in the restaurant industry that would be able to afford the luxury, the very busy locations. Acquiring those luxury busy locations also is not even a guarantee for business success. So in trying to always match the concept of your restaurant with the location and of course the audience, it is very important that you try to find the actual means of injecting the right emotion in your customers. And for you to inject the right emotion in your customers, I've said it already, you need to have a very clear concept and work by that concept. Then you need to also pay attention to, one is the concept first of all, then secondly you need to pay attention to the quality. The quality now includes both the quality of the concept now that cuts across everything you do, and then the quality of your meals, the quality of your food, and most importantly you need to also pay attention to the quality of your customer service. With this and having a very clear concept that is clear enough and it's strong enough, you are going to build that emotion around that particular audience, because they are going to see your restaurant as an institution that solves their needs directly, and they are going to align with you, and it will be very difficult for you not to grow as much loyal audience who particularly dines in your restaurant as possible. One good way of finding the perfect concept and location, or let's say the perfect concept for your restaurant, you might have had an idea or maybe an inspiration. So if you have an idea or an inspiration, I think it will be very good you watch first of all your personal experience. What experience do I have in the restaurant space? Maybe you've served as a caterer or you've worked as a chef or stuff like that. So you should be able to check your personal experience, know which area you are very good at, then consider your own interest also. That area that you are good at, if it is also your area of interest, it could be fast food, it could be fast casual, it could even be the new concepts that are already taking over the market, the ghost kitchen or even the mobile restaurant. If these are the places you have your interest and you have maybe a little experience or even no experience, what you should look out for now is you take the concept you have, seek the appropriate location to match the concept. Of course, it should be the area where your audience are perfectly located in their numbers. And again, it is possible that the only location that's available for you, maybe where you have a leased building to run your business, is not a location where that concept you already have or you were inspired to run your business on does not match that location. What you should simply do is if that is your last option, then instead of investing in that location because you already have the building available, why not find a concept that will resonate with the audience, the population or the class of people in that particular environment? Instead of carrying the concept, maybe it's an exotic concept, maybe it's a fine dining concept, maybe it's an ethnic concept. Imagine if I want to build a Chinese restaurant and that is really what I want to do, but the location where I am or where I've got my leased building is not a location where I can find those kind of audience. So why still go ahead to invest in that location? I think the right thing you should do is you look at the population of people in that environment, know what they are likely to align themselves to, and then you build a new concept, generate a new concept for that location. So it is reversible. It's that you have your location and you seek the appropriate concept to match it, or you have the appropriate concept and then you seek the appropriate location to match it. And just in case you are ready with your concept, you've decided the kind of restaurant you want to run, you want to go into, just to avoid the mistakes that are already damaging a lot of restaurants out there, you need to check our next video on feasibility and viability studies of every new restaurant. It will provide you enough information on how to be sure that this location will match this concept. It will give information on how to be sure or how to know a location that matches a particular concept. So that video will help you. Please check the video. So generally, it is actually the clear concept coupled with your customer service, coupled with the quality of both the concept and the dishes you offer that create this emotion. And this is what actually does the job, not necessarily the location, because there will always be a concept for any location at all. But when you have the location and you are doing just anything on that location, businesses and restaurants that are in the finest of location also fail. So you don't want to find yourself in such a square. Kindly let us know what your thought is, the experiences you had when you were starting your restaurant in the comment section. We want to hear from you in the comment section. If you have any other issue or question as regards a clear concept matching with a clear location, your customer service and your food as the ingredients that stirs the emotion your audience will simply identify you with and patronize you, please let us know in the comment section to help us to serve you better.